Hello everyone. I made a video about my Rainbow singles several years ago, and it's not that I have that many more singles by numbers now, but what these additions does provide is that this is now the complete UK Rainbow singles collection, and that means that I have every official Rainbow single, UK single in every format that they were issued. Not promo singles. I do not consider promo singles to be official releases. Only those that have been released to commercially to public are official releases. So first I will show all of the UK singles releases, and after that I will show you what additional singles I have. So let's get started. And the first single is the one that I do not know if it matches the UK release. I know that the label at least is different. In the UK this single was released with the Oyster label, if you are aware of what that was. This is Ritchie Blackmore, Man on a Silver Mountain, back with Snake Charmer. And in the UK I do not know if this was issued with a picture sleeve or not. My guess is that this was released without a picture sleeve, so in that sense this is a bit different. No single releases from the Rising album, so we move on to the On Stage album, and there's a 3-track live single, Kill the King, Man on a Silver Mountain, and Mistreated. And I tell you the same story that I always tell about this single, which never ceases to amuse me. This single includes 3 songs, and the double album On Stage only includes 8 songs, which means that the single includes nearly half of the double album. Okay, on to the Long Live Rock and Roll album, and first single was title track Long Live Rock and Roll, back with Sensitive to Light. And the second single was LA Connection, Lady of the Lake. And on to the Down to Earth album, first single Since You've Been Gone, back with Bad Girl, and note that it's spelled here Bad Girls. Second single All Night Long, back with instrumental Weisheim. Then we move on to the Difficult to Cure album, and first single is I Surrender. And here is one thing that I don't know if you can read this song title in German. But now here is a later CD issue, and read the track 5. And you notice that the words are actually different there. Now, I once read an interview with Klaus Meine, and he told a little story that he had met with Ritchie Blackmore and told him that you are aware of that the title on the original release is actually wrong in German language. So that may be the reason why it's changed on the later issues. But, well, whether it's true or not, I do not know. Second single, Can Happen Here, back with Jealous Lover. And then in 1981 there was also a best of released. Now I do not know this for a fact, but my guess is that they reissued Long Live Rock and Roll, Sensitive to Light with a different sleeve. I know that this is from 1981, but I do not know for certain that this was released connected with the best of album. On to the Straight Between the Eyes album, 1982, was Stone Cold, back with Rock Fever. And now for the first time they issued a single in second format, and this is a 12-inch single. Rock Fever also on the B-side, but this Stone Cold includes a long version here, and that means that there's a second guitar solo by Ritchie on this version. Okay, on to the final studio album at the time, Bent Out of Shape, and there's Street of Dreams, back with Anybody There, again a great instrumental. And this one was issued in 3 different formats. Second one is a picture disc, 7-inch picture disc. And also a 12-inch picture disc. Nah, not picture disc, 12-inch single. But notice that there is a different sleeve art here. But again, just 2 songs. Anybody There on the B-side. And then the second and final single at the time was Can't Let You Go, back with live version of All Night Long. And again, this one was issued in 3 different formats. Second one, 12-inch picture disc again, not a picture disc, a 12-inch single, and on a third song is Stranded live version. And this was my very first Rainbow single. But now there's also a shaped picture disc. And this one was the very first Rainbow single that I ever saw, and most likely the very first heavy metal single that I ever saw. This was displayed at a record store where I started visiting when I first started buying albums or records. But I tried to buy this from them at the time, but they wouldn't sell it to me or anybody else, as I was there at the store a few times when somebody else also tried to buy that one. And then in 1986 there was a compilation album of both released and unreleased material, and from that there was a single release, only released as a 12-inch single. This is Bad Girl, this time spelled correctly. The other songs are Man on the Silver Mountain and Spotlight Kid live versions. An unusual release because this one includes a printed inner sleeve with Rainbow Family Tree and also a note from Roger Glover. And that's it as far as the official single releases go for Rainbow in the UK, but I do show one more, and this is Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow Ariel, and I paid money to get this one. My first CD single release purchase in years and years, I think since mid-90s. And this one includes a radio edit of Ariel, full-length version, and live version of Temple of the King. But I do not know if this was actually released in UK or not. This was issued as a European release, but I would guess that this was also issued in UK. But anyway, that was the final single release ever. So the other single releases that I have. First of all, I think I should mention that there were other single releases made from the first Rainbow album. There's at least Still I'm Sad, which was issued in Italy, and then there was Temple of the King was issued somewhere. But these are all UK single releases. Now let's move on to the other single releases from other countries. I mean, this is Starstruck, back with Run with the Wolf, and note that it only says Blackmore's Rainbow, not Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow. This was issued in Germany with a picture sleeve. In the US this was issued without a picture sleeve. And then in 1978 there was Lake Connection, Lady of the Lake, exactly the same sleeve as in UK pressing, but this is a European pressing in red vinyl and custom labels. Which surprises me very much is that on the B-side they have used cover art from the Rising album. I don't think that by 78 Rising was such a central release in Rainbow's catalog that they would have used it, especially since the B-side is not taken from the Rising album. This very same release was also issued in 1981. Again, I believe in connection with the best of album. The only difference between this and the reissue is that there's a second catalog number there. Okay, then next one is from the Down to Earth album, a German pressing of All Night Long. And then Japanese single release of Magic, back with Freedom Fighter. And again, Japanese release of Death Alley Driver. I think this one included Power on the B-side. Let's see. Yeah, Power on the B-side. This one was also issued in Holland. It's a kind of odd pairing there, Japan and Holland. Okay, that's it for the actual single releases. There's also EP, Jealous Lover. In the US, I Surrender and Can Happen Here weren't issued as singles. They put them together and released as a Jealous Lover EP. There's also a 12-inch single released in Germany and Holland using the same sleeve art, but obviously with different text, because they released it as Difficult to Cure, a 3-track 12-inch single. And there's also at least 12-inch, I think it was red vinyl promo single for Power. Yeah, and there was also at least a couple of more promo singles from the Stranger in a Soul album, Hunting Humans, and what was the other one? Don't remember now. But yeah, so there's other promo singles. But that's it. That's all that I have. And like I said, that is the complete UK Rainbow Singles collection. That's it for this time. Hope you like this. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment. Bye.